Okay.
So hopefully you can see my screen now.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So this was in French. I'm going to close it and open the file in English. Okay. So yeah, so this is the file in English. Do you see it clearly?
Yes.
It's clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Kondarsoft. We spoke before about the main role of Kondarsoft, but we are going to reiterate that officially now to make things clear, yeah, because this session is dedicated for your official training. So Kondarsoft job is to basically assist the spare part vendors which are selling offline to sell online. That's the simple mission. Now, sometimes in Zambia or in Canada or anywhere, you find a spare part vendor, a supplier, that has already an online store. But the online store is really expensive for him, and it is underperformed. It's not really good. It's old and it's underperformed and expensive. So those type of vendors, they can switch to Kondarsoft online store immediately, somehow, like in less than a day if they have all the data, and they don't need to pay anything. It's free of charge. So Kondarsoft can help the vendors which are selling offline to sell online, or the vendors that are already selling online, but they are not happy with their own online store. They can move to our online store that is more like specialized and sophisticated in what we do. So our first client in Canada, our first client for Kondarsoft in general is Fit Auto. This is the URL of the client. This online store is in production mode. So, for example, I cannot. Yeah, this one is on production mode right now. I cannot, for example, choose an item and do a test purchase. If I choose an item, I have to buy it for real. Okay. Now we have two prospects in Africa. I'm giving you a sample in Africa. We have the first prospect is called Sam Tunisia. This is the online store of Sam Tunisia. This is the real one. It's a prospect, right? So it's not a client yet. We are preparing their online store. But this client has a static website. A website that is only in French and is not multilingual, and it doesn't have an online store. What we did, we took the same website of the client and we put it in our own server, and we integrated our online store. In French, online store is boutique en ligne. And we made it multilingual. So if you go to the online store, you will see that it is multilingual. See French here, English, French and English. So the website of the client that was static and not multilingual, it became with Kondarsoft multilingual and e-commerce. Now, this is another online store for Ford, for example. That's the second example. In Tunisia too. So the client, when they place an order, they can place an order using either credit term or credit card, cash, letter of credit, or bank-to-bank transfer. And this is our client or our prospect in America. The General Motors dealer in Canada. This is the online store of the client. So if you would like, we can place an order on this online store. I will try that. We'll take a part number as a test. Yeah. Search item. Okay, so this is the item. As you see here, I can choose the item. And these are the applications of the item. So it works for Dodge and Ford. So as you see here, the part number section or the product section has the product section, the item has 3 sections. Section number 1 is to display the availability and the part number, as well as the price. Then the description of the item. Then the attributes of the item in here. And then the application of the item. So the user will review everything, and if he's 100% sure that he would like this item, then he can click add to cart. Click proceed. And in here, the customer is the guest, so we don't know who the customer is. So we simply enter the information. The customer also can sign in, create an account with GM, for example, with client. So for me, I signed in already. I created an account. So I will log in with my credentials, my email, and my password. And once you log in, we'll send you an SMS to your phone to make sure that it's not a robot. And then you hit login. Now I'm in my dashboard. I have credit term with the client. I have credit term for 45 days. I have a credit term of a value of $2,000. This is the approved date. It will expire on this. This is the available credit limit. So out of $2,000, I already spent some money. So now that's what I have. The validity of the contract is 1 year. And you see here, it's approved. The profile, this is my profile, I already entered my details. So when I buy from this store, I don't need to enter this information again. I simply log in, and then this information will be injected on the cart automatically. Quotation here. So I can save a quotation when I see the price. When I'm on the cart, I can hit save, and it will be saved here. And orders will show the history of my order. And this is how we get our commission. Remember, when people, we track it. See, we check what the customer did, right? So we go to our products, and remember we added an item in the cart. So I'm going to buy that item, but I don't need to fill in my information because the information is already there. All what I need to do is to enter my PO number and the EDI2. That is EDI2 and EDI1 is optional, is not mandatory. And here we are using UPS. I'm going to click fetch shipping rate. I'm going to choose this. Here I can put notes, like this is a test. If I have a coupon, I can enter a coupon. So that coupon will have impact on the price to reduce the price. And then I will hit submit. When I hit submit, I get my quotation immediately. Right? So I can review, and if I like everything, I will simply hit submit. Or if I would like to use that quotation later, I would like to show this quotation to my manager. And if my manager approve it, then I will submit it. Then I can hit save quotation. So the quotation has been saved. Now, if I go to my dashboard and go to quotations, I will get the quotation is saved. You see, the quotation will expire. The status is pending, and this is the amount. If my manager told me, yes, Riyadh, go ahead and buy this item, I go back to my platform, to my profile, and then hit pay. When I hit pay, it will show me the quotation again. Say, okay, are you sure you want to pay? I say, yes, everything is good, and I would like to pay. Then I will click submit. When I click submit, the system will tell me, okay, Riyadh, the order is $571.46. You have a credit with this vendor, $1,543.92. Would you like to use a credit term or no? If I say I would like to use credit term, then they will remove the 571 from the 1,500, right? But if I say no, I don't want to use my credit card, then they say, okay, if you don't want to use credit term, then use credit card then. It makes sense, right?
Yes, no, it makes sense.
Yeah. So I will show you we have a test credit card in here. It's in Kondarsoft, and we are testing our people who are going to work with us. We give them this test to manipulate the online store and make sure if they do it right or not. We give them all the information. So we are using Stripe here. We are going to use this card. It's a test credit card. I'm going to enter it here. Expiry date, we'll put any date in the future, 12/22, for example. Security code, we can put any code. The captcha, we can enter any captcha because this is in a test mode. And I will hit pay. When I hit pay, the system will take the payment, will take this $571.46 from my credit card, and it will give me the invoice right away. So I will hit pay. It is processing the payment now. Payment is successful, and I get the invoice right away. Now, as you see here, the print date, the invoice number, the quotation number, sold to, shipped to, everything is in there.
Okay.
And I get the receipt for my credit card payment. That's the operation from A to Z. Now, we will buy the same item again, but we will use credit term. We will not use credit. So this invoice and the receipt will go automatically to this email address, to the email of the buyer right away. And the same document will go to the spare part vendor so they can pick, pack, and then ship the item. I'm going to do the same operation again, but I'm going to do it using credit term this time. Means the client will pay in 45 days. So I'm searching here. I'm going to add to cart. Proceed to checkout. I have to enter my PO number all the time. And then I will fetch shipping rate. The shipping is this. and submit. And then we give me the quotation again. Okay, I reviewed everything. Everything is in order. I'm going to click submit. Now it will ask me, the system will ask me same question now. I would say this time, yes, I would like to use my credit term. If I click yes, then it will not ask me to enter credit card. Okay, you would like to use credit term, then we are going to remove this 700 from this 1,500. So normally, when we place the order and we go to the dashboard, we will not find 1,500. We will find 800 something, right? Yeah, I'm going to hit submit.
Yes.
And now the system is processing the payment. Payment is done. This is the invoice. And pay in 45 days. So the supplier here is going to ship this item to the buyer, but the buyer will pay $702 and etc. in 45 days. So I'm going to go to our dashboard. Go to manage credit term. Remember before we had available credits 1,500? Now we have only 800.
Yes.
Because we
understand.
You understand. Perfect. So quotation also, remember before we had a quotation here that is pending? Now we don't have the quotation because we placed the order already.
Okay.
So if we go to orders here, you will see the history of the client. See the orders that we did? The latest order is 26/2 today. This is the order. We can view the order. So you can click on this and you will see that we placed this order. We can download the invoice. Perfect. So this is basically a brief idea about how it works. And yeah, so now Kondarsoft services, as you know, are 100% SaaS. SaaS means software as a solution, right? Or as a solution or as a service. Our service is 100% commission. Means if the vendor uses the online store, then they pay a commission, otherwise they don't pay anything. We give trial period to spare part vendors. And the spare part vendors, we have three categories of vendors. We have manufacturers, retailers, or wholesalers. For manufacturers, they can use the online store to sell goods worth 100,000 Canadian dollar without paying us any fee. The validity of the trial period is 1 year maximum. The wholesaler 60,000 and the retailer 10,000. After a successful trial period, the vendors will start paying your company as a dealer 1% transaction fees 30 days after they get paid by their own end users. Okay, so the spare part vendor also can get an online store from Kondarsoft.com using our subdomain. So they go in here and then they hit try it for free, fill in the form, and then they will get an online store. Like, for example, sydney.kondarsoft.com. That's subdomain. Or they can get an online store under their own web domain. And they have to contact us for that so we can do the configuration of the server.
Okay.
Okay. So you know that the online store has a front end and a back end. This is the front end of the online store. For example, the Canadian prospect. This is the online front end. Front end is from where end users access the online store and buy things. The back end is only for the administrator. So if you'd like, I can create an account for you in here. And then you can access the back end and manipulate it a little bit if you'd like. Later, whenever you have time.
Okay.
Okay, this is in a test mode, the password and the SMS email verification code equal to the SMS, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the back end. So from here, the administrator can manage the front end.
Okay.
So from here, the administrator can change the language or add another language. Like for example, I know in Zambia, English is, for example, the business language. But what would be the official language of the country?
Yeah, it's English.
It's English also?
Yes.
Perfect. So that's easy then. Okay. So so from here, you can manage everything to front end. You can add a language, you can add a user. I'm going to add you as an administrator to this so you can see it.
Okay.
User. Yeah. So if you would like, I can add you here. So Mr. Sydney, right? Give me a second. Okay, so this is your email. Okay. And your administrator and then add. So now this is your access. I'm going to share with you this in WhatsApp. You should have it by now. And as you see, this is Mr. Riyas Liman here. I can, I'm going to log out and then request this to log in. You are using a computer or a telephone to attend this conference?
For me, it's a computer. I'm using a computer.
Okay. So give me a few seconds. So are you still seeing my screen or no?
Yes, I can see.
You can see the screen, right? Okay. So I will try to give you control to my computer, and then 1 minute. Okay, Mr. Sydney. Okay, I don't know how to manage permissions. So you still see my screen, right?
Yes. Yeah, I see someone saying something went wrong, something like this.
Okay, okay. So I'm trying to give, but I will do it for you. I'm trying to give you control, more actions, but I never did that before, and to save time, I will do it for you. Okay. Yeah, so I will do it for you. I will access the backend of the online store using. Can you still see my screen? So I will enter your information instead of my information. So simply enter here the cell phone number. Zambia. This. And we enter the captcha anything here and then submit. So as I said, the password will be 12345 and then confirm. Okay, so now you see here is Mr. Sydney, right? Okay, so now from here you can manage the front end.
Okay.
You can manage anything. You can change the logo, you can add a language, you can do everything. So that's basically it. You see here there is a blue globe. The globe is to translate. When you click on it, it will give you option to translate that, manage the front end. For example, if you'd like to translate it to French, to Chinese, to anything, or two languages. So the globe is for translation, and this pen here is to edit the text.
Okay.
And the front end or the back end are both multi-link. So yeah. So that's everything about the online store, and these things you can explore by yourself later on. This arrow here is to download, basically. Arrow down is to download, arrow up is to upload. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's it about the online store. I will try to give you a chance to ask questions or anything.